Oh my god. I admit it. What's up?
I mean,
What's up? I heard he had some bangers on there though. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Well, there's some bangers I admitted by R. Kelly.
You know R. Kelly had some bangers on there. No cap.
At least one banger.
You know, it just sounds weird now when you hear, my mind is telling me no. You're like, oh shit, no. I know why. I know why your mind's telling one.
Why?
It was wrong, nigga. It was wrong.
Well, she's dead.
Yo, and then this nigga did In the Closet. Come on, how good?
He did like what? Check like 30.
How could you be such a fucking innovator and be touching little girls? Like, where do they go together?
Somewhere along the line, you felt it was right.
Oh my god, ew! Don't say that.
Alright, well, I want to get started with this pod. So
Later, guys.
I'm gonna cut it off right now. But
Love y'all.
Tune in for the episode.
51.
51. Everyone on 51. Well, in reality, when I looked at it, we're actually on episode. If it was like the order it's supposed to be, it would be 74.
Yeah, we'll say 51.
We'll say 51 because it's still season 2-ish. Even though season 2 was like, I don't know how many fucking almost a year ago. But, yeah.
Look out for the episode.
Have a good day, everybody.
Tell them what you're doing this week. You doing anything special this week while you got them on live? Any plans? Any performances?
Actually, no.
Drop your ats. Drop your likes.
Yep, drop your ads. But I ain't got nothing going on.
He's
everything
sad.
I did last week, I already did. So it's like, whatever.
You gotta tell.
I appreciate you, sweetheart. I appreciate you.
You gotta tell him I'm him.
I'm him. Okay, anyway, I'll check y'all later. Have a good day. Enjoy your Sundays, everybody.
Besos. Alright, sit down, my friend.
What up, niggas? It's me. One day we should try doing more lives at some point.
I was thinking about doing this live, but I need an internet wire down here. I can't, if I do it off of Wi-Fi.
Didn't we have a wire before?
No, yeah, I gotta find your modem. I think we do got an internet wire.
Because right? That big long orange cord. I bought one.
I put it good. I gotta run it from upstairs downstairs, and then plug it into your computer. So this way we got perfect internet. And then you could even stream. You could even stream while you play pod, and you could play once you get something that you like playing.
Bro, I think it's gonna be Call of Duty. I can already tell.
Call of Duty's always good.
Oh yeah, any Call of Duty play is always good for streaming or anything good for
You know what sucks though with Call of Duty is the cheaters.
Oh yeah, when they do AI botting or it's that shit aimbot and shit.
Yeah, the aimbot. I think it's the worst. It's so bad sportsmanship. Yep. But at the same time,
you're a bitch.
It takes the fun out the game. No,
yeah, you don't want to play anymore because you got cheaters on that fucking shit.
Yeah, you don't want to play no more.
Right.
And it takes the fun out. If you could just.
Oh yeah, YouTube has new rules now for 2023.
Go ahead, introduce the pot.
This is the official introduction.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? We back after what? 3 weeks?
Yeah.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
It's officially January 8th, 2023. Our first episode.
Yeah.
Had to take a little hiatus for personal matters and holidays, but we back.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna just jump right into it. That with the YouTube thing they did.
What did they do?
Pretty much now instead of 30 seconds, it's 15 seconds you can't curse. And then only curses like hell and damn are allowed. And even if you say the F word or the A word even once, you can get demonetized. And you can't use it sporadically through your video. So
I hear more bad things about YouTube.
It's bad things about YouTube. Always. There's always been bad things about YouTube.
Compared to TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok.
Somebody put a video.
They allow R words and all them people on there.
They had 10 videos of them making epic shots with a football or a basketball where he would hit it from distances away with a bat or he'd kick it and he would always make it in. And then what he did was post how many views and likes each of those posts got on YouTube, and the number was real small. And then he showed what he did on TikTok. It was in the 50, 60, 70, 80,000 range. So it's in the numbers game, I don't think YouTube really cares about how we feel,
No,
about what they put up, what they take out,
they
what
don't.
they allow, because for me, YouTube's been around since I've been in junior high. Like that's what we used.
2005.
But yeah, that's what we used to watch in computer class. That's what we used to try to get. Like if you had a really good Nextel, you could watch YouTube channels. I remember watching like a Lloyd Banks video on a Nextel. You know what I'm saying? Like YouTube has been in the game of advertising, of showing content for so long that their stocks are so high. I really doubt that they give two shits about what anybody cares about.
Like even you saying the S word, it gets us demonetized.
Well, we've been here for a little while. You know what I mean? We've been here for a little while. And then you know what they should do? This is the question. Well, do they offer you the option to bleep the word out?
Yes, you can bleep the word.
Because that's all you got to do. You know, at the end of the day,
But then it's like if you're
when
one
I'm
of those people,
saying, you can see I'm saying.
yes, but it's like, well, say for example, we one of those pods that cursed like a lot. You know how many freaking bleats we would have to be doing?
Well, you let's go past that. Let's go past that.
We have to hire an editor at that
They'll
point.
tell you. No, they'll tell you. Or the smart thing to do would be take your brand somewhere where that is eligible. There are other places that you can post and you can get away with those type of conversations.
TikTok.
What?
Like TikTok.
You could curse on TikTok and all that?
Yeah, I've seen people curse on TikTok.
Oh,
It's just a matter of now.
I don't have TikTok.
Yeah, with TikTok though, you can only show up to 3 minutes. Before, when they first came out, it was only like 15. Then it was 60 seconds. Then it became 2 minutes. Then now it's 3 minutes.
Yeah, but I mean,
You could drop music videos.
that should never stop you because you could just part it out. You could part it out. You could drop music videos. You know, at the end of the day, if you're a person looking to get numbers, you got to go where the numbers are being got. If it don't cost you shit to run where the money's flowing through, then go run there. You know, it's just common sense. I'm not going to fault you for it. But know what you give up. Because remember, they're in your phone. They see your contacts. They see your photos. Look at that. Remember that what was it called?
Sansa.
The Canvas app that all y'all niggas was taking pictures of yourselves and they would make them look dope. Mm-hmm. You sent it to me like 4 weeks ago. Sansa. The app that you took pictures, you paid like $8 and you sent them. Lensa, one of this shit. You see the shit that happened with Lensa, right? Mm-hmm. It came out that when you bought into that app and you said okay to them, your pictures they can use forever. Mm-hmm. You signed a contract for them to use your likeness in those pictures. So not only you own them, they own them too. Mm-hmm. Your picture's gonna be on a fucking porno in a third world country and shit on the cover. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's what I'm saying. Like you got to know what you give up to these social networks, these social platforms. You got to know what you're giving up. Look, there's a lawsuit being waged against Spotify from. Let me see. Spotify's getting sued right now by a rap group, I think.
Oh, De La Soul.
There you go. No, De La Soul just got their
thing back, and they're coming back March, somewhere in March.
Yeah.
So shout out to De La Soul. I love De La Soul. They're from Long Island. They're a really dope group. Oh, no, I better not sing it before they start claiming that shit. Shizzle. I say shizzle.
Yeah, Spotify be playing games, B.
Yo, YouTube, like I don't know, their AI
Universal
integration.
Music Group sued over its Spotify equity ownership by artists in class action lawsuit.
Oh yeah, because they're saying
Black Sheep.
Black Sheep.
Black Sheep's raising a lawsuit because he said they gave him like some equity or something in there and they never saw it.
But it's like I only know Black Sheep from one album, Wolf in Sheep's Clothing. What have they done since then?
It don't matter.
It don't matter, but whatever they signed up on, they said they have to sign some type of contract to get like not some Spotify deal, but like do whatever management or wherever record label they were under at that time said they get this much, and I guess whatever they didn't read the fine print as much that they got screwed over. That happens to a lot of artists, even with like today's artists, they still fight. You know, there's a lot of artists don't really make that much off music anymore. They do all this other side stuff, like opening up like like weed shops or freaking diving into fashion or diving in all these other things. Like music is only a small percentage of who the actual artist is at this point.
Black Sheep argued that Universal owes it and other artists approximately $750 million in unpaid royalties as a result of these three claims.
When did Black Sheep come out? Like
fuck.
the early 90s?
I don't fucking know. Let me look.
Did they even is their album even platinum? Because you can't be a non-platinum.
96. Right? No.
96. I don't
No,
know.
my bad.
I think I felt like I heard them before that, and I'm
89 to 95. They were active.
so they've been around since the late 80s.
89 to 95.
And
Listen, look.
how many artists make it $750 million? If it's because that Black Sheep's not worth no near $1 billion. I'll say that right now.
All right, yo, here
They're not even worth a quarter.
These are the three claims that Black Sheep's making. Black Sheep and other artists signed to Universal should have been paid 50% of the royalties from Spotify since 2011 due to a clause in their contracts pertaining to net receipts. The UMG agreed to accept loyal royalty rates from Spotify in exchange for receiving equity in the streaming service back in 2008. So they basically said, you're going to take less royalties, but we're going to give you some equity in the business. And then the third thing is Black Sheep and other artists should have also received 50% of UMG Spotify's equity or the value of it because according to the duo's suit, this would be proportional to the royalty contract. These niggas, yo, and it's going to, and I'm telling you, in my opinion, if you're an artist, get all the money that you can get. Don't sit there and let your music rot away. You know what I mean? Put your music somewhere and then take it away from them. Give it to Spotify. Give it to Apple. Give it to these. And then take it away from them in 6 months. When the numbers are going up and numbers are rising and I get it. That might be hard for you to do. But part of me feels like taking your song away from these DSPs at the peak of it might be a good strategy move, like in marketing, because now you can take it off and put it over here and now sell it for this much, independent. If it's selling and it's moving and you don't give the right? Because when you get into a DSP, right, from my understanding, when I sign my shit over to a DSP, I'm giving rights to anybody who pays their subscription to play my song, right? So if I take my song away, and the only way to play my song is from where I say so now, you're gonna pay me what I'm asking for it now. I don't want 0.01 penny on a dollar. You know what I'm saying? I want $1 a song. I want $2 a song. You know, if you really want it. That's what people, in my opinion, if you're an artist and your song is knocking, play chess with these niggas. Take it off their DSPs. Because now when a person, like I know.
Do the Kanye?
I listen to Rogan on Spotify, obviously, because that's where he's at, right? Even if I could listen to him without paying for Spotify, me having Rogan and me having the music there does enough for me. Now, if I didn't have Rogan there, I don't know if I paid for the music. I don't know if I paid for the music. I'll be honest with you. Because sometimes the pros don't outweighs. You know, I think there's like 3 things connected to my shit. I think it's Hulu and Spotify connected for the same price. And I think that's why I leave it there. You know, but that's what they have to do to get the consumer. As far as the people that make the art, stop leaving your shit there to rot. Stop leaving these DSPs to pay you 0.11 on a penny.
So how are they gonna listen to these songs?
They go find it. You leave it there.
How you gonna find it?
What do you mean? You leave it there for them. But if somebody listens to your music and they're rocking, they want to hear that song. Yo, when I go to the gym, that's my song. When I'm fucking, that's my song. When I'm with my niggas, that's my song. When I'm having a house party, that's my song. Yo, you could put a Bad Bunny fucking CD on, almost any of them, and you could rock any party. You leave Bad Bunny on, it rocks any fucking party. You leave his playlist on. Now imagine that was sucked out of the DSPs. Imagine if Bad Bunny turned around and said, yo, you know what? I don't want no 0.001 on the penny. I'm gonna take my whole catalog from here, right? And how much you gonna pay me for it now to put it back up? That's my point. That if your catalog is worth more than what that DSP is, stop letting the DSP judge what your catalog is worth. When you go ahead and just put music and you just let it, and ironically, I just met somebody and he showed me his numbers. He showed me his numbers for a song that did, and he only has like 8 songs up there. I'm like, how'd you do that? He was like, the song just went, and he saw a nice. I was like, wow. He was like, that's what turned me on to even wanting to make more music like this, and I was like, wow. You know, so I know they do pay out, but goddamn, nigga, you know how much? Like I said, how much of your shit gets drowned in because they got the right to say where your shit goes in a playlist or where your shit goes when somebody's phone goes on random. You know what I mean? Like, you don't think that if I'm running This Is Drake playlist or Drake Radio, if I run Drake Radio, right? And
OVO sound.
some random rapper pops into it, you don't think that was the machine pushing him? Be like, what the fucking song is this? I'm not saying the song would be whack or nothing, but it just be a random ass name. That's the machine pushing them. And that's what I'm saying. We can't let these DSPs dictate the value of our music. Because to them, it's worth 0.01 on the... It's not worth nothing for them. They need to accumulate all of us to have a brand to sell to the consumer. Without us, they can't do nothing without us. So that's why I say we should, as artists, respect our catalogs more. Pull your shit, bro. If your song's doing dope numbers and they don't want to pay you when you try to come back to negotiate, pull your shit, nigga. Now you want it, come over here and get it. Sell it to you exclusively. You know what I mean? Like I said, it would suck for a high-end person. He would fuck up the game. He would fuck up these DSPs. And that's why they have to get paid. A Bad Bunny has to get paid extra money on the side from them. Because like I said, why leave it there? Why? I could just ask for more money. It's crazy, son. I was at a party, and then I was at another party, and they were both running Bad Bunny, and it was the same effect. You don't get that with Drake. You know what I'm saying? No, you don't get that with Drake. He don't have that much power.
I mean, his recent album did 1 billion streams.
Well, this one with Savage is crazy. I like Savage with Drake. Even though it...
21.
Nah.
For me.
Drake need to get Savage...
The memes from that were hilarious.
Drake need to get Savage dick out his mouth, though. He talk to the ops for me. Like, everything was like praising 21 when 21 had 15 minutes of rapping on the shit. He had 15 minutes of rapping on the shit. He wasn't even rapping for that long. It was mostly a Drake album with a 21 feature.
Yep, it was Drake album featuring 21 Savage.
I ain't mad at it. It came out dope. Honestly, I think that's probably might be the best duo album I've heard in a little bit. What was the last one? Lil Baby, Lil Durk? The one with Mano and Uncle Murder was dope. Speaking of Uncle Murder, you heard his wrap up?
Yeah, I heard the wrap up.
What'd you think?
I mean, he always does really well with that, to me. Rapping for almost 15 minutes straight, talking about the year. I mean, there's so much stuff that happened. I think he wasn't as savage as he usually was.
Can we be... How do you think he writes this?
I would assume he has people that like throw him like, oh, this is what happened through the year, right?
You don't think that he writes it down through the year? You don't think he has a note in his phone that just every time something funny happens to him, he don't just write it down right away?
Because he would still have to wait till the day of December 31st to record, because then something could happen December 31st and he would have to write it in there.
Yeah, but that's how you accumulate bars. Like,
I think he preps it for at least a week in advance.
A week? I think that nigga sits on that shit for like 3 months. I think he sits on that shit for like 3 months. And I only say that because of the way I've been writing lately.
Because there's some rhymes he'll say like in the beginning that just happened like a month ago, and then something that happened like 10 months ago.
Yeah, but that's how you draw him in. You draw him in like that. It wouldn't sound right if that nigga rapped about, the beginning of 2023 at the end of it. It wouldn't sound right, It sounds better if you rap about the end of it going back to the beginning. That's how you keep that entertaining. Like, oh shit, that did happen. Oh shit, that just happened last week. This motherfucker, he wants to be in the pod so bad. He's like, let me get in. I can be your co-host. Fuck Yo-Yo's. He likes pigs.
Oh Lord.
Yo, but something else did happen. I want to give my condolences to you and your family. You know, you had a little you had something crazy happen in your family. It comes with life, so you know
Oh yeah, we did.
it's never easy. But you know, on behalf of all our fans, on behalf of me being your friend, you know, my condolences on Grandma.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like much love to her. I know she's chilling up there right now with my grandfathers, my sister. You know what I mean? And they probably only chilling together because we together. They probably like, oh shit, oh yeah, you come over here.
They're in heaven. They don't say the
We've
S
been
word.
waiting for you. You know what I'm saying? We've been waiting for you. Come over here. You know, that's the way you would like to. That's the way you would like to think about it. But yeah, man, fucking floor is yours, bro. How was your last couple days?
Well, besides the,
You sound a lot better.
I sound better.
Well, you sound better than what I expected you to be. You know, when that was going on, you was a little bit radio silent. You know, I hit you up and up, but you were a little bit radio silent, and I know it's because you had to deal with your family and stuff like that, and deal with your own emotions. So, yeah, to see you now, what, a week later, a week removed, you know, you seem in better condition than somebody might not be.
Yeah, you know, for many that don't know, I lost my grandmother, 99 years old, on December 26th, around a couple weeks, about a week and a half ago or so, from the pot. And, you know, it was a very big hit because grandmother was the matriarch of our family. Like, she was everything to us. Like, you know, 599, to be 99, just to hit, like, the threshold of a century old and been through so many things from 1923 to 2022. It's like insane. And then to raise like 8 kids by pretty much by herself because her husband died. My grandfather, he's been gone since 1968. So I never knew him. I wasn't around. Like it was 20 years before I was born when he passed. And my father was the seventh child out of those 8. And you know he was the mama's boy, and my dad really loved his mom like to death. Like always seeing her almost every single day, ever since she was at the retirement home up the block, which is a 5-minute walk from here. To see it every single day, no matter where he was, and then like when he would be on vacation or like out of town somewhere on like a excursion, like for his church. Like me and my sister would like rotate and see my grandmother, and it kind of came like to a whole came all together like during the wake of like meeting a lot of not only my cousins I haven't seen in a while, but to also see my second cousins who are like in their tens and twenties, like late early 20s, because I seen them online, but then like to see them in person, it's like oh snap, this is my grandmother's great grandkids that she knew some of them, she met some of them, and then also to see the even littler kids, some of them they're like 5-6 years old, those are our great grandkids. So it was like damn, it was like a whole army of people. You would think that was a celebrity had passed away with all those people coming in the wake. And me and my father, my mother, and my sister kind of curated everything. We found like a whole bunch of old photos, and we made like a PowerPoint presentation with some playing Boys to Men, Mama, I Love You and stuff. It was really dope,
That's nice.
and it was really, it was like awesome. It was pretty nice. It was really nice. I ain't gonna say it's pretty nice, and for her to live the life that she lived and to see like my grandmother the way that she was, it was like it definitely hit like really bad. Like I'm surprised how my father held all of that up too, because I thought he was gonna seriously break down. It was actually my sister that broke down the most between us four, because my dad, he gave his story, and one of the things that hit me the most, what he said about my grandmother was, she was there for my first, and I was there for her last, because he was there. Like the kids that were there for like her last moments, and I'm glad that down to the very end he was there, and to set up the wake, do the funeral. She's buried out in Frederick Douglass Cemetery in Staten Island.
Mm-hmm.
Right on top of Grandpa. Came back to him 54 years later. So
Mm-hmm.
she already had like a whole nother life.
That's crazy.
Yep. That's crazy,
That's
crazy.
crazy, bro.
Yep.
Like I think about that shit, I see niggas at like.
Mind you, this guy's watching a racing video out on the pod.
That's no because you're talking and I don't want to. I'll be honest with you. December's rough for me and my.
Oh yeah, I know for you
But
December's rough
but,
as
but
well.
it's not even about me. But I look right now. I'm getting sad because I think about I lost both my grandfathers. I lost my abuelita. You know, to hear your sister in so much pain, that was me. I held them really close to me. You know what I mean? I held them super close to me. Like I didn't cut my hair. I made a vow not to cut my hair and walk around with an afro after my grandfather died. Fuck it. That's the only reason my hair is this long and I got braids. He passed away. He always walked around with an afro. This one's for you. You know what I'm saying? That and it hurts. Like that's why I said to see you in better condition is nice, cause just the just the thought of them. I miss them like so much, and I don't do this. I wish I would have seen them more. I don't do that. I don't do that to myself, cause that's not the way life works, so to speak, right? You have to live your life, but I do appreciate that they did get to have different levels of life. Some people think life is over, Rich, when they're 30 something years old and they're going through a tragedy. They're fucking broke. They lost their job. They got a 2-year-old. There's so many different things that can make somebody. They're a drug addict. There's so many different things that can make somebody just feel like they have a poor life at 30, and then they do something. Then they fix it. They fix themselves. By 45, they got a whole new life. They're a whole new man. They're going to go get hair transplants and fucking and stem cells shot in their dick because they got a whole new life. They're like, oh shit, I stopped this, I stopped that, I changed up, I got my business. Now they live that life till they're 70, right? And now like you make a decision like, oh, it's retirement time. Maybe it's good time to go enjoy my grandkids and live my. And then something like your spouse dies because you just said she's been here 54 years by herself. That's a whole nother life she lived by herself without somebody, the love of her life. So now you live another 30 years and you just see everybody getting older. You're getting older. Maybe your loved one is falling apart in front of your face, or they're dying, or they're dead. Like maybe you're falling apart at 70. All that wear and tear in your body finally caught up to you. Or you just got sick from this anything, just life. God meant it. You weren't supposed to live past 75, but you had all these times in life to live. It was never dead. When I see older people, and especially the older people that I remember, your grandma, the way like life is never over until it's really over, guys. Like life is really never over and done with. Like, oh, I want to die. I can't do this tomorrow. All that. It's not over until it's over. There's people that live to 80, 90 years old that have the privilege to live multiple different types of life because the way they navigated through it. It's never over. And that's why, like, when you say that, man, I'd be heartbroken if I'm 50 something years old and the love of my life dies or leaves me. And it's not because it's because that's the love of your life and you expected to be with them. Now what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to just sit here. I'm supposed to go find somebody else to be in love with. I'm supposed to sit here until I die. I guess that's why I stay. I guess that's why I'm fearful of love too, my nigga. Because I don't wanna die. I don't want somebody I love or I'm in love with or sharing a life with to die before me. Scary thing, my nigga. It's a lonely home. Imagine having a house with somebody and they get sick, catch cancer, God forbid, some shit.
I think of it this way. It's like, as I said, I come from a very big family. There was always so much love around.
How many people were at that funeral, bro?
That,
Name a number.
like 150.
Wow.
And it was like, wow. Like and the only thing my grandma ever just wanted from everybody was just to love one another. That's all she ever asked of us. She never asked for too much, no matter what the situation was. She already lost a son in 2000 to cancer, and was still able to hold that in and wait until the moment she had to return home, which was December 26th. And
So you lost an uncle?
yeah, I lost my uncle back in 2000 to pancreatic cancer.
Well, how old is he?
He was 60. He would have been 81 if he was still alive. So think about that. I would have had an 81-year-old uncle if he was still around. He was born in 1940.
That's crazy.
My grandmother was 17 when she had him.
Yeah, I was like 8. My grandma, you know what's crazy? I would say that about my grandma too. It was only this last one that I've ever seen her cry like that. Like when she lost her mom, because my grandma took care of her mom as long as I can remember. My grandma and my great grandma always together. There was never a point in time they were not together. They were always together for forever. So my grandma lost her best friend. My grandma really woke up on her birthday to go find her mother dead in the bed. What a birthday present.
And then on her birthday, it was like a significant day.
What a birthday present. And then when the worst part about it is that when somebody dies at home, it's not like the fucking the coroner and all these people just come right away and take the body. That my abuelita was there for like 10 hours. Stiff in a bed. Just leave a dead body there for a little while. We'll be there in a bit.
10 hours. Is
But it's to see it. That was the one that broke her because 3 days prior, her husband went to the hospital for a stomach issue, and due to COVID and then being understaffed, he couldn't get the proper treatment, and he also died. So within 3 days of each other, she lost the love of her life and her best friend.
That's
What do you like? It's so sad when I, and that's the only time I've ever seen her cry though, because ever since I've been a little kid, my family has been surrounded with these awkward deaths. Whether it be my sister with cancer, 18, 19 years old, multiple uncles from dope. Multiple uncles from dope. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and then you got your medical issues, and then the cherry on top. Your fucking mom dies of just old age. I don't know if that humbles you, makes you sad, or what, but that shit breaks my heart. I'm grateful this is going to sound so weird. It's going in my head, though. I'm grateful to see these things, to prepare myself for my older life. Not being able to handle things when you get older can drive you to be more mad, in my opinion. When you go through something and you experience it, you gain the lesson, or at least you're supposed to be able to tell yourself, I've seen this before. Okay, I've been here before.
I think that's the reason why we have things like Wakes and Funerals, so you can just witness what your future is going to be beholden to.
That's a good point. Because I have a problem with cemeteries. I don't get them. I'm like, where do all the people go? There's more people dead than alive. How long do you hold a plot for? Do you have to pay for it every 10 years? Is it like a lease? Do you just pay for it one time?
I'll assume it's a one-time fee, because if you have
Right,
people that have been there since the 1800s, I'm not sure the family's paying tombstones from the 1800s still.
But then how are they still there?
He's just there. Mind you, most of New York City is a burial ground. We're walking over dead bodies practically every day. When you walk to Union Square, Bryant Park, Washington Square Park, there's dead bodies under those grounds. Unknown names that we'll never know who they were, who they are, whether they were children or old people. We'll never know. We'll never know. And I will say one thing for.
All right. So it says it could only be removed with the knowledge that all the descendants are deceased. So if you pay for a plot, right, and there's always a descendant that will claim you, because I know there's some asshole kids that'll be like, nah, it's not my fucking mom. Yo, you're the last. I don't give a fuck. Dig the bitch out. I don't care. There's some people that'll say, fuck it, that's not my family member. Even though you're the last descendant, you don't want to claim that family. But as long as there's somebody to claim the paid for tombstone, it can stay. So as long as there's a living descendant to claim it,
like there's no more of that bloodline. The
yeah,
bloodline
exactly.
you.
A headstone should only be removed from the graveyard by a community-based group or local official acting within the limits of local and state law or operating with the knowledge of the descendants of the deceased. In most circumstances, it is preferable to repair a headstone rather than remove it.
Dang, gonna never happen with my family, nigga. There's way too many of us. Like, this is early, like over 200 cousins.
Oh, no, yeah, it says it lasts forever. When you buy a headstone, it lasts forever. That's crazy.
Man, there's way too many of us. So our bloodline going, we're forever. We're definitely a forever-ass Pickett family. Because, yeah, there's way too many of us. And
yeah, it's been way too many. But, and you got any good memories with Grandma?
She used to whip my ass and miss when she used to throw things, even when I was in front of her. You could literally be right in front of her. Like, you'll be right here. She'll be like, like, totally miss your ass. Yo, me and my cousins, we freaking died. Like, sometimes we would just, like, mess with her just to see how she would throw.
See how blind this bitch is. Let's see how blind this bitch is.
Yo, and Grandma's fried chicken, man. That was, like, the creme de la creme of... That's, like, a core memory that always stick with me. Like, her fried chicken was better than anything Popeyes, Kentucky Fried Chicken, any type of chicken spot I've been in my entire life. Nobody could touch my grandma's chicken. My dad can almost at like 95% make what my grandma can make. And it still will never compare to my grandma made.
Yeah, there's something about grandma's cooking that's just... It's always hard to touch.
Like her stuffing was like legendary when I was growing up. I used to always look for. That's how I became, I think, so fat as a kid because they would just leave me with my grandma on the weekend. I'll play with my cousins, and then my grandma would just make breakfast,
be good
lunch,
for that
and dinner.
though. Nah, yeah, she'd be good for that. Grandma be good for stuffing the kid like he hasn't eaten in years.
Yep. Like I remember even seeing pictures, like not like the pictures they had at the wake, and I'm like, I remember when she turned. Like there was like photos of us with me and my grandma at certain birthdays. Like I remember they had a picture of all of us when we were for her at 88. I'm like, damn, that was like 10 years ago.
But you remember the day?
But I remember being there because I had a full head of hair back then, and I was wearing this tight ass green shirt. So this is like 2012, 2013, wearing that shit. And I'm like,
do something about your hair?
Nah, I'm good. One of my cousins, he had a hair transplant. He was there because he got like the back hairs, and he has like that thing right here, that cut.
Yeah, all right.
And it still looks bad. He still got the nest head. It's like, why did you get hair? I thought the whole point of the hair transplant was
it gotta grow. It gotta come in. It gotta come in.
But like when, nigga? I thought that was so immediate.
It takes 6 to 18 months. No,
he paid $8,000 for that. It should come now.
You gotta go to India. You gotta go to India and do it.
Or wherever we got that from, because we were talking about that. I'm looking at it seriously. Why you got that?
Why you got this I got an hair transplant. And Richie's like, I can't tell.
What's this? What's this here? Dude, your hair don't. You might as well just been bald, dude. Like, forget it. Just accept that it's gone. Like, I can accept because thank God my face is proportionate and I'm attractive enough that I can pull off the baldy. That was one thing. At least with like my ex, she was like, look, like if you were ugly and bald, I wouldn't go out with you. It's like, thank God you're really attractive in the face and you're bald. I could work with that. Like somebody told me I look like Common, and that kind of pissed me off.
Why pissed you off? Common's dope.
No, Common's dope, but it's like nah, don't ever.
You rather Tim Duncan? Tim Duncan Jr.
Wait till my next World Star viral thing. That'll be the next thing. Oh yeah, shout out to like a little side thing. Shout out to that Kid Super event. All the dope people I met at that Kid Super short film thing. Yeah, really dope. Anyway, like my grandmother was buried on top of my grandfather.
Oh, dope.
So pretty much she went back to him. Very nice, beautiful casket. We all threw like white roses on the coffin.
That was beautiful.
And we all, said our final goodbyes. There was a lot of duck crap well, geese crap. There's a lot of geese around.
No, that's every funeral. That's every cemetery. That's
Yes,
not. Yeah, that's
it's not
just.
exclusive to me, but I
Was it raining?
no. It was raining yesterday at the
Okay.
it was raining at the wake, and then the following day was like a beautiful sunny day.
Okay.
So it was like, all right, we ain't gonna do you guys dirty. We don't want you to be in the rain watching your old grandma go under. Then we all went to Golden Corral. There was
Oh,
like
nice.
about like 50 of us that went.
Oh wow.
There was a lot.
You didn't have to get a reservation.
My dad set up everything. He made the reservation and he paid for everything.
Yeah, pop don't
Cost him
play.
about because it was actually cheap. Because it was like that Golden Corral right there.
$700.
Roughly like $750 ish. He left the tip too for the guy that was going back and forth with everything. So he gave him I think like $100 tip.
Nice.
So for roughly $800.
Nice.
I didn't know that Golden Corral there. That was my first time going there. The one on Unionport Road. There.
Okay.
It was actually really nice. I was like, oh snap.
I never been to a Golden Corral. I never. Yeah.
You ever been to Sizzler? You ever
Maybe
been to any
once.
type of buffet style?
Buffet? Yes.
All right, so
Buffet? Yes.
like
Empire Buffet.
so the ones picture like regular soul food type of food, but just
In buffet style, you just pick up the plate and pick up your shit.
But
All
the
right.
ones up in like New York, they're really small. If you go to the South, those are the long ass ones where there's like probably
Oh,
miles of food.
Oh, really?
There's like
You're saying the food tables are shorter here.
yeah, the portions.
Ah.
The food side, like the food, like there was a good amount. They had like really good food. Like we got like cheeseburgers, chicken.
Yeah, the regular, the
steak.
norm.
But if you go to the South, they give you like almost everything and nothing at the same time. Like if you get 3 feet of food in the South, you're getting like about 13 feet of food.
Wow.
It's just like more options.
Yeah.
So that's why I always love going to Golden Corrals in the South. So, but for this one here in the Bronx,
It wasn't
I think
bad.
it's 13, 15. You get anything you want. That's not bad. That's
not bad.
great.
That's not bad at all.
That's like a great, and it's open till I think like 9. So it was really dope. And then, after that we all, just went home, said like our goodbyes. I said my dad was giving the speech like, look, let's not make this, the only time we see each other is at the funeral.
Of course.
Like let's just find. I know we all have our own lives. We all, after this we're all gonna be going our separate ways. But let's try to make this like some means to be in contact.
Of course.
One thing we want to do, which we should do, and I will say this to the family, anybody who's watching this, our grandmother would have been 100 on April 14th. My dad wants to see about throwing another
nice.
family reunion. Like something together. It don't have to be exactly on April 14th, but somewhere around like maybe one of those Saturdays, like where we could all just like come together to celebrate our grandmother, your great grandmother, for her would have been her 100th year on Earth. So
That's crazy. 100 years on Earth, that's a century, right?
Yeah,
Yo, look at that.
Century. What's that?
You can see that from there.
What is that?
I can't make it. Oh yeah, I can.
Okay, he's showing me like 2 girls' asses on.
That's
the
a lot of ass, right?
beach. That's what I'm talking. Being sentimental about my grandmother, and this guy's just showing me asses on the beach.
I'm trying to make you feel better.
I do feel better. Like one thing on my grandma. Look, I was more sad for my.
Yo, look at this nigga.
What are you showing me?
Oh,
That guy's weird.
no, he jumped out of the ring, bro.
The ring.
Look.
Okay, he didn't like go clunk.
Yeah.
Ooh, you fall on your butt? You did it. His tailbone ain't broke it after that. You don't have to crap sideways for a while.
So do you think, what are the chances of your family members coming?
I mean, knowing the ones that will, they will. But there's some that I know won't. They'll make like some BS excuse. But you know what? It's all good. Because at the end of the day, as I said before, all my grandmother wanted for all of us was just to love one another and be, around each other like more often. Whether it was just a simple hi bye, call on the phone or a message on Facebook, just some means to be in contact. And I'm very happy for like my father because he handled the whole situation, like the wake, the funeral, and everything, very, very well. Because I thought he would be the first one to like truly break down. He probably broke down like a million times before, all of this.
Of course.
He absolutely did.
He made sure nobody was
Yep,
around.
like he was probably alone in the car before he got in the house and was
Bro,
just
he
like,
probably still crying.
oh, he probably for the rest of his life internally he's gonna be like this. But
Like,
for him to handle his own and to be that catalyst for everybody to want to set up everything that he did, like I admire that, and I think he's just now carrying. He's trying to carry that torch that my grandmother wanted, and I noticed it even at the wake and the funeral that everything that he's pretty much done with his life is what my grandmother would have done. Like this house, this basement, everything. It's like a haven for everybody, and that's what my grandmother's house was. He even said a story about how he was going through stuff with my mom back like in the early 2000s, and they were gonna pretty much divorce.
okay.
He was in my grandma's house for a year, sleeping on the couch. He didn't even have a bed. He slept on the couch for a whole year like this, getting up, getting ready for work like normal, and it got to a point where my grandma gave up her own bed and she slept on the couch, and he slept in my grandmother's bed for like the last half. That was like, damn, I didn't even know that. I was 14 at the time. I was like, I knew that he was always at my grandma's house, but I didn't know that she gave up her bed for him, just so he can at least have a good night's sleep, just so he can go to work and then see us on the weekends and stuff. And then eventually, my mother and them reconciled, and everything got back to normal. But just to know that everybody was in her house. There was people I never even met. Like, there was homeless people that she would know on the street, invite them into our house. We had literal felons and people convicted of like the craziest shit in our house. My grandma's house was everything. If one of us had a bad breakup with a girl going through some stuff, we just go to grandma's house. She would sit and talk to us, give us food, and just like, oh, what's wrong? Tell me everything. And it was like that for, God, as long as I can remember.
When did she go into a nursing home?
Roughly like 5-6 years ago.
Oh, really? So she's been here the whole time?
She's been practically since like before I know it was like.
Where was she before that?
She was living in Harlem all her life. She lived in 111th Street when she got here.
Okay.
Because she's from the South. She's from North Carolina. She got here around the early 40s and left over there in 2000 and then moved to another part of Harlem and then eventually started living with us. Well, living over there by the retirement home roughly like about 5 years ago because we have her dog, Sparky. That's her dog.
Okay.
She's had that dog since like 2009. So that dog's like almost 13, 14 years, 13, almost 14 years old. I think this year's gonna be 14.
Wow.
And that dog's still all over the place. That's crazy. But yeah, around like about 5, almost 6 years ago, she started being over there, and my dad, thank you, see her every day. Take care of her, bring her Popeye chicken because she always loved Popeye chicken.
No, you father's the man. Like,
he's trying to carry that torch that my grandma held.
Well, he's every bit of his mom. If your mom, I love my mom, but I'm only gonna take certain traits from her. You know what I'm saying? Your father, the way your grandma was, your father he takes more than just certain traits. Like, my mom meant a lot. His mom meant a lot to him, and she was a great woman. So why not inspire to be that? A great dude, a great person, a person that takes care of everything, and that's what he does. He takes care, holds everything down. Took care of the funeral. You told me privately about little personal stuff with all that, and even that shit's like, your pops just puts his suit and tie on, puts his shoes on, and he gets the job done. You know what I'm saying? And he does it with a big heart. Because I ain't going to lie. My parents died. I'm already bitter. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not bitter with the people that I like to be warm with. But on a regular basis, I'm a little bitter. Nigga, the people I love die. This world go fuck itself. Everybody go fuck yourselves. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, that's why I say these lessons are here to learn, because I can see that I don't have to be like that. Even though I think like that now, I look at your dad and I'm like, he's still holding it together. Even with all this shit going on, there's still a way to hold everything together and not be bitter. he hasn't treated you any differently since this, no?
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Like, okay, that happened. Time, life goes on. I still gotta, I still gotta live. I still gotta do what I have to do.
but like I said, you can make a choice to live bitter.
Yep.
You can make a choice to live bitter. Man, fuck this shit.
But watching like how my grandmother is and how knowing how he is, it's like there's no reason to just hold, just like all these things that are holding. It's like if I'm being bitter, I feel like I'm holding myself back from wanting to do something better or be a better person.
Mm-hmm.
What am I gonna gain from just being mad at something or someone when, the only thing I could get back for them is love, and if whatever they choose to do with that love, that's on them. But I'm always gonna just come at you, the way that I would want my grandmother would want me to treat everybody with love.
Mm-hmm.
Like I never had that even growing up. Like no matter how much bad shit when it came to like bullies, when it came to like women I dated or like friends that did like all this grimy stuff, it's like I never held anything against them. It's like, you know what? Those things happen to me. It was just meant for them to happen. And then, like, they'll be coming back years later. Or like, oh, I'm sorry that happened. Or I didn't mean for it. I was going through stuff. I was like, look, it's okay. It happened. It's over. I can still live my life. I still got to do what I got to do. I'm here. I'm not broken, but I'm in perfect health.
Well,
So I'm still young. I still got a lot of things I want to accomplish in my life. And, you were just part of that paragraph in the story. That was me. That's it.
I mean, that's how you're supposed to look at it, but that's not the way other people look at it as well.
I don't know. Other people see
the
total opposite of what I'm saying right now.
Yeah, why don't you hit me up? Why don't we
when
talk?
I see him,
your
it's
fault.
on sight.
Well, I look, and I get a little personal. My stepfather's birthday was the 6th.
January 6th. Happy Insurrection Day, everyone. Anyway.
So he shout out to my nigga Corey too. My nigga Corey's birthday was on the 4th. So I go see him. I spend time with him. That's for whatever way our relationship went when I was younger. Any trauma, issues. I'm a grown man now, and he's 64. Not in the greatest health. I love him too much to begrudge him. And there's other people in my life that I love just as much, and I begrudge them. So I would like to get to a place where I just need some time. But with my stepfather, he's been around me probably more than anybody in my life as a man since I've been 4 years old. Not to say that he made me feel like number 2, but he made me feel like 3 or 4 or 5 growing up. I didn't really know what it was to have a full-time father, but I knew what it was to have a full-time stepfather. Now, as grown men, his real son don't even call him. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to throw you under a bus. I don't know if you ever see it anyway, but fuck it, I don't care. I love you. His real son don't even call him. His real son don't call him to wish him Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday, Happy Thanksgiving. Yo, my stepbrother went to see my sister, I think, one time in the hospital while she had cancer. And that one time might have been the day she was getting her plug pulled. Maybe he saw her one other time, but I don't think he was in the hospital the way I was in the hospital, and we have the same sister. So I'm in my stepfather's house, and he shows me a text message, and the conversation, my stepfather tells my stepbrother, lose my number. And I look at my dad. I'm like, Dad, there's no need to say that, though. He's like, what are you gonna have my number for? You're my son, and you don't call me. You don't wish me. You don't say hi to me. You don't talk to me. And then I see my brother's text message, and my brother's text message is, like, I wish our relationship was closer. I wish I felt the need to call you. I wish things were done differently when I was growing up to make me feel like I want to come to you. Tells my dad like that. My dad don't respond. So I tell my dad, I say, yo, you got to get in the car and go see your son. Nah. How can I get mad at my stepbrother for treating his father like that? If his father's treating him the same way. They're treating each other the same way. But right there in the message, your son is saying, I wish we had. It's right there. It's apparent. But your stubbornness leaves you. Your dad is hitting you up saying, lose my number because you don't hit me up. People are so stupid and weird. You guys are giving direct answers to each other on what you guys are longing for in one another's lives. A father and a son. I started this by saying I love my stepfather, right? But look what's more my concern about the people I love. Their relationship. That's your real father, homie. And that's your real son. I love y'all too. But one of y'all got to be the bigger man and go step up to the plate and either be the best son you can or be the best father you can. And stop using, oh, but he don't, as an excuse. I put all that shit away with my parents. My mom, my dad, my stepdad. Like, yo, any issues that I got with y'all, it's over. I love y'all. And I love y'all more every time somebody passes away. Every time one of these people around us pass away, I remind myself how much I love y'all. Because I don't show it. I don't call them all the time. I don't hit them all. I don't always answer my mom's text message. I'm not the greatest son in the world. Not. You know what I'm saying? And that's just because I'm not there when they want it. I'm always there when I'm needed. That's how Gil responds. Because Gil got a life to live. And I can't live it vicariously through my parents. And they can't live vicariously through me. And the fact of the matter is the same way my brother responded and saying, I wish we had a closer relationship and things weren't the way they were when I was growing up. It's the same way I feel about my parents. I wish things weren't done the way they were done. Wish we didn't lose the house. Wish I spent more time with my real dad. You know what I mean? Wish this, wish that. Wish my mom loved me more. Wish my mom didn't make weird decisions. Wish this, wish that. Yo, if I went ahead and hold all those grudges against the people I love, I would have nothing with you guys. So I make a decision as a man, as a human being, as a person. Push all that shit to the side. Because the day that I gotta witness you or understand that you're dead and you're not here no more will be the worst day of my life. So why would I hate you now while you're here? You know, like, and I'm over on my rant. But it's to let you guys know, you know, if you love somebody, put that shit to the side. Figure it out. If you can't trust them no more, if they did you that dirty, I get it. Certain people, you could love them and you got to love them at a distance. But do yourself the favor and don't forget to tell them that you do love them. Even if you can't have them close to you. That's cool. But say I love you. Because if you really do, you're playing yourself. And that's the one thing that my stepbrother and my stepfather didn't say in those messages. I love you. And I think that's the only thing that they were missing. I called my brother over 12 times that night. I was drunk. I was a little bit of mushrooms. And bad trip. Not really, but I was angry. How you don't hit your father up? Why don't you hit this man up? He's 64 years old. He's not going to do another fucking 10. God willing. But he's smoking cigarettes. They won't give him a fucking transplant because he's smoking cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? Like, his daughter died. His will to live is just on a daily going down and down and down. As you get older and you're a man, you ain't getting the same pussy no more. It's just, life isn't the same. The least you could do is fucking be there for your father as a friend, as a son. Show him that you're better than him. If you feel he wasn't there for you as a father, show him that you're better than him. And that's just my message, B. Be better than the things that you think that put you down. Be better than them as much as they hurt. You know, that's what your grandma, that's what your father is. That's what that is. They let people, you said she let people in the house with killers, drug dealers, murderers. You distinguish your past and your family here all the time. That shit wasn't easy with your family members and how they were. Nigga, your sister was crippin'. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have no little vagabond life. And for grandma to be a pillar, a beacon, a place of home, reservation. If I ever have kids, a family and everything, that's what I'd like to be. That's what I inspire to be. and let everybody know. Put your pride to the side. If you love somebody, this is where you got. This is where you gotta hold them. You know what I'm saying? And if you can't, just let them know you love them. Straight up.
That's it. That's literally it. Like, we all go through different lives, different types of ways of growing up. But at the end of the day, it's just always there should always be love in some shape or form, whether it's just a simple text back or
Yeah,
a simple
man.
hug or
It's okay.
something.
It's okay to text. Like, I hate people that. Oh, I didn't get you a gift, so you don't even text me.
It's
I
like
hate people that do that.
not
That
everything
they feel
involves that.
guilty.
Yeah, like don't feel guilty, especially if it's like I love you. It's like love is not in the form of gifts
No,
or form of like sometimes most love ain't even, it's like sometimes it's mostly presence. Just like just showing that you're there in some way that you care. That's
that means the world.
it means the world to somebody. It's like even like certain moments in like my life when I've been like sad or when I've been like pissed off. It's like there'll be a moment where it'll be like a text from somebody that like I haven't heard from in a while. They just like, hey man, or hey, hey, I haven't heard from you in a while. I'm just thinking about you. Over everything's good. And then like everything I was just thinking about right now didn't matter.
Nope.
Don't- Like, because that's why I need it. I just need just like that that invisible olive branch from somebody to just let me get me out of this dark hole out of nowhere. And it's like you never know who you could text right now that will greatly appreciate it, or call right now, or Facebook message, or Instagram DM, wherever, however you like to communicate. You never know whose life right now you're gonna just be touching it because then one they're not gonna expect it, and two it's coming from you. You never know. There's people I haven't probably hit up in a minute. I guarantee you, if I probably hit them up right now, they'd be like, "Oh snap! Hey, well, long
Just
time
be
no
happy
see.
to
Hope
talk to you.
everything's good." Like it'll be happy, and then all of a sudden, a random conversation will just happen throughout the day, whether it's through a phone call for an hour or just texting throughout the day. Like, just and that's all. Really, my grandmother was. She was the beacon. She was the ray of light. She was our matriarch, and she proved it. You know, from the moment of birth to 99 years of that, and I would hope I would even have just a sliver of
Oh, you
everything.
got it all, bro. You're being raised. Look at you being raised by. You know, your mom. Your mom is awesome. You know, your dad's a great man. Takes the traits of your grandma. It's in your DNA. It's without a shadow of a doubt that you're gonna. You'll probably be the. You know, they say with every generation, the generation's supposed to get better. You know, either you or your kids might be the ones that just be able to do it all. You got all the resources. Got all the resources. You learned everything. You've been taught everything. You've been put in positions to win, unlike your previous family members where they had to struggle, claw, nail, and tooth. The kids have been put in positions to win. You've been put in a position to win. I don't doubt that you're going to come out with an amazing W. Feel me? Whatever your success may be, bro.
And we'll see what.
Shout out to our grandparents. Love y'all.
Yeah, I love you guys. We'll just see what not only this year but the rest of our lives hold.
Go walk us out,
will
Rich.
come, and I'm looking forward to it.
Facts.
You know, birthday's in 2 months. Gonna
Facts.
be the big 3-5.
Birthday's next month.
2 months.
Mine next month.
You're next. He's next month.
And I'm throwing a motherfucking party, B. I'm throwing a motherfucking party, B. Yo, you be lucky if I don't do a music release party, B. You be lucky. I'm throwing a fuck your Valentine's. That's what it's gonna be called. Fuck your Valentine's. If you got a date, leave that nigga bitch home.
Oh, I thought
Nigga
you meant,
and bitch.
I thought you meant like
Everybody
sex
come to
with
my
sex with
party
your brain.
single. I'm bringing a stripper.
She gotta be the baddest stripper in College Point.
College Point, nah, nigga. I'll go get her. I'll go get her. Trust me. I got some strippers I could pay. You know what I mean? Pay them like dead ass. I pay them like half a stack for a fucking hour. I don't need you that long. You in and out, and then you go right to work in dreams. Ha ha. Good looking girl.
All right, with that, we're gonna wrap this up right now. Thank you all for watching. You know, please like and subscribe. It's 2023. We got a lot of dope stuff on the way. I have some things in the work when it comes to, officially getting merchandise, a lot more yo-yo stuff.
Facts.
Getting more music coming out. We're going to be doing a whole bunch of stuff beyond the podcast. Even with us individually, I got some things. He's got some things this year that's going to be amazing. And all we want you to do is tune in, like, subscribe. Of course, you can follow me on all my social medias. Richie Loves Yo-Yos.
Facts.
You can follow this man for my mucho everywhere.
Facts.
Peace, love, and yo-yos to you all. And shout out to all my uncles that were kingpins in the 70s and 80s.
There you go. Gangsters don't die, they get chubby and move to Miami.
Oh yeah, shout out to Katie and Nikki for pulling up to the wake. You guys are amazing.
that was awesome of them too.
Yeah, because she met my uncle.
Have a good Sunday, y'all. Yeah.
She met my uncle.
Go ahead.
And he was just like a drug lord. And Katie got scared. She was like, "That's your uncle?" It's like, "Yeah." It's like, "Yo, he killed some people." I was like, "Probably."
Katie.
I wasn't there growing up.